Jake Skin of the Boxed In podcast. Delighted to be joined here by Nico Leivars. Nico, I'm very good. We're here in the Still City gym, and you've got an absolutely massive fight coming up. The vacant British title.
And God, you want it? Well, I say out of nowhere. It was a long time in the works, but one end you sort of had to just keep quiet and wait for it to be announced. But we've been in camp for it now for a long while, so looking forward to getting it finally done and dusted on the 17th. So yeah, all good.
Like you said, 17th of April, not long now to go. Been in camp for a long time. Has it kind of been better that you've had quite a while to prepare for this, and just knowing how much this moment means to you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm experienced enough to know how to pace a camp out, for a full sort of 10 or 12 weeks. So it's been great. I had a lot of great sparring, obviously helping Mick before his fight. I had a lot of other sparring partners in since January. So all the prep's been done. Last sort of 2-3 weeks now, just chill and, just tick over until fight night.
Do you know much about your opponent? Obviously, Dylan Arbuckle, I believe his name is. So yeah, obviously from Scotland. Is that a bit of a concern, potentially? Not concern, but obviously with you being the away fighter in there, that's something that's kind of on your mind at all, or?
No, I mean, I'd like to think I'm experienced enough, over 100 fights, amateur and pro put together. I've boxed all over the world against home fighters. And ironically enough, last time I did box in Scotland was for the British title as an amateur. So I've had the crowd for me, and I've had it, if you could say, against me. No worries whatsoever. From what I've seen, he's a good lad. Like, full respect to him. I'm not one of them that will slate people off or slag them off or whatever. But obviously, I'm going up there to win, and whoever they have to put in front of me, so be it. But from what I've seen, good lad. But I believe personally I'm better.
What attributes do you say that you have that give you the edge in this fight?
I think a bit of everything really. Boxing ability, speed. Obviously, like, I'm known for my speed, but I think as well, sort of over the 12 rounds, I'm a little bit more. I wouldn't say experienced, because on paper I've never done a 12 rounder, but my inactivity on paper over the last 2 years doesn't probably portray how active I have been in the gym. I've had a few fights fall out through no fault of my own that I've still done camps for. I've done a lot of 10, 12 round spars, experienced at pacing myself, and obviously the efficiency of being a 12 round fighter. So I think that will come into play when the time comes.
Are you quite excited for it to be a 12-round fight? Obviously, I know every fighter kind of wants to get that knockout, but just like you said, you've never done a 12-round fight. On paper, to be able to prove that you can go 12 rounds and, hopefully do a bit of work in those later rounds.
Yeah, I mean, my last 10-rounder was against that. It was for the English title eliminator against Peter. So, and in that, round 6 on to 9, when I eventually stopped him, I had a few more gears left. I started to turn the heat up a little bit. So in terms of having the experience and being able to show, like, on the championship rounds, I am very confident in that, and I might get to show it. I might not. It might end earlier, but I know in my heart of hearts, in the back of my mind going into that fight, that if it was to go 12 rounds, I can finish well.
Now, you've only had 8 fights as a pro. Did you feel like the British title shot would come as early as it has, or?
No, definitely not. I mean, I know there has been talk on what is the record for the quickest British title in terms of fights, and I don't know. But I think I didn't beat around the bush really in terms of fighting journeyman. My third fight, I fought a kid with a better record than me. That was 5-0. So I don't think. It's how everyone feels personally. Like I said, I've got a lot of amateur experience, got a lot of experience in the gym as a pro. The low fights is due to a few unfortunate pullouts through no fault of my own. So, like I said, on paper, the inactivity and the lack of fights doesn't maybe show the full picture, but maybe that's an advantage, I don't know.
What does it mean to you to be fighting for the British title?
Oh, everything. I mean, I think personally it's probably one of the most prestigious belts you can fight for in terms of history, in terms of people who have won it and have gone on to World Championship level. I think it's sort of the belt that everyone wants to pick up along the way. Obviously, the world title is always the aim, but I think that Lonsdale belt is always one that everyone wants to get, if you know what I mean.
So you've spoken about that inactivity and how you've had quality sparring. Obviously, Michael Conlon, one of the names that you mentioned there. How good is it to have people like Michael Conlon, in your camp, around you, and just kind of being able to guide you?
Great. I mean, not obviously the sparring, because it's world-class sparring, but even in like little things outside of the gym, the wisdom and the experience they can share with you. For someone who's a young pro, getting that experience and that wisdom without having to probably learn from the mistakes that other people have made is like, you can't put a value on that. That's great. And having it in the gym every day, it can't not do anything but bring you on as a person and as a boxer.
So obviously there's a lot of other fights happening, and a lot of other fights happen for the gym. It seems to be a really good high point. Obviously Liam Cameron out against Brad Raya. It's a very, very tough fight for Liam, and probably one of the biggest in his career. What do you make of that?
Yeah, full credit to Liam, because I think how he's turned it around and how he's sort of had like a resurgence in his career is unbelievable. And you talk about examples for young lads coming up, I think he is a classic example of it. The heart and determination he's shown to turn his life around. You look at someone like Liam, and big fights don't faze him because he's had that many battles outside of the ring that he's conquered, that comes into this fight, he can handle it. You won't worry about him sort of folding under the pressure or anything like that, because I think he's probably one of the most mentally strong people you'll meet. It's an opportunity for him to continue his comeback, and I'm fully confident in him. How he's looking in the gym, how he is, he's looking great.
Then just a word as well on Dalton Smith. Obviously it's his homecoming in Sheffield, Alberto Puello. Will you be attending that one?
Yeah, of course. If I could go all the way to New York, I think I can go to Sheffield. No, look, he deserves it, doesn't he? I mean, the way he won it, all the controversy surrounding it didn't faze him one bit. He made his statement, and I think now he enjoys the homecoming, but also Dalton knows how much of a big fight this is in terms of the calibre of opponent, and also how much it means to him, because he won't want to go and win a world title and then lose it straight away. Dalton ain't that sort of person. This is where he really locks in, and he will do. I'm confident in it.
Then finally, going back to yourself, what kind of performance can the fans expect from you on April 17th?
Well, I'm always entertainment, people know that, but win by any means necessary. Round 1, round 2, round 12, it don't matter. I've done the work these past few years, my team have done the work. This is where I sort of put my name on the statement on the map, and sort of show what I'm capable of, and put the 2 years of injuries and pull-outs behind me, and really get to where I should have got.
Nico, thanks so much for your time.